Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I have a black, I believe it is called Make It Black, okay, by Colourpop palette, and I also got the lippy as well. And I just wanted to do a quick tutorial and an eye look and hang out with you guys, especially before Black History Month ends. So I believe that all of the proceeds from this palette and this lippy, and there was a few other items that went with this palette. It was other lippies, I believe, some lip liners. I believe that they were all used to donate all their proceeds to helping a all black organization. So I did just want to have a little bit of fun with this and one last celebration of Black History Month. I hope you guys all had a really nice month. We had crazy weather, from snow back to like 60-degree days, and I'm excited for longer days and 60-degree days some more. But all right guys, so just as a heads up, the colors on this one right here is called Say Yes, this one is High Key, this one is Triple Zeros, this one is Bold, and this one is Oasis. So I'm thinking, because I have, I'll show you the lippy real quick. I'm thinking because I have this purple dark lip, what I'm thinking is to do this as a base, this as the main color of the eye, cut the crease, put some yellow in it, and then darken out the outsides with brown. We'll see how it goes. We'll see where I go with this. So first off, I'm going to get my rougher number 15. I'm going to dip into the orange, which is the 000, the 000. I'm not sure if it's 000 or if it's 000, you know. So I'm just gonna try and do this the best here that I can, especially while talking to y'all. It's been a while since I've used a Colourpop shadow. I feel like that's horrible because Colourpop has such great things and I have a ton of it. So I think I'm just gonna start grabbing more palettes and doing more looks with them, because they lay down beautifully. Like that orange just really laid down beautifully. I'm going to try to blow it out up here a little. I don't want to go too high with it. Put a little bit of blowout like that, I'm thinking. So how have you guys been? Let me know down below how February treated everybody, how our mental health is doing. If you haven't seen in my latest video, it was the unboxing of my FabFitFun. I asked for this month's challenge for us to leave ourselves at night every morning a little affirmation on the mirror that we get ready in the most. I'm gonna have to pull this up a little as I went up a little high on the other side. It's hard to like try to look in here and do your makeup. This is kind of why I've never done like a one-on-one like this, but I am going to get used to it. But yeah, how's everybody doing? Let me know it down below how February treated you. I am going to swirl this off in my color switch, and I am going to dip into what is the High Key color. Ooh, she's got pigment, doesn't she? So what's going on with Colourpop? So let me know if you're a big Colourpop person. I do see that they've been having a lot of sales, like 75% off or 25% off, and they seem to like constantly be on sale is kind of what I'm trying to say. And I'm wondering why. They just constantly come out with you know, palette after palette, so I'm not sure if they're trying to get rid of all the old stuff, but it seems like even the newer stuff is on sale. And you know what I really like? The ones that look like Natasha Denona, like the Ballad, and I forget what the other ones are called. Crush is one of them, because I was looking at them. They look really awesome too. It makes me want to try them. What do you guys think? Have any of you tried them? Because I really like them. So yeah, my February was pretty regular. I am still, you know, battling some things health-wise, obviously, that I will stay battling. I'm trying to figure out everything for the move to Florida. I am just dealing with a lot on that end and trying to figure out where I want to live to be like close to. Boca has a really good vascular hospital, and then a fibromuscular dysplasia doctor is in Miami, which is close. My family is in Boca, and then the Mayo Clinic is in Jacksonville. Oh my, Jacksonville. So I'm trying to figure out, do I go and live with family? Oh, this has a little bit of shimmer in it. I'm just realizing this maroon color. Do I go and live with family not with family, but near family, so that I have, you know, a little bit more help with my son, as like I'm leaving my mom here. She says she wants to come to Florida one day, but you know, she just can't pick up and leave right now. So do I go do that and be like, you know, a half an hour? I can't be a half an hour from them because I have to hurry up and be able to get to the hospital. It's just a lot. There's a lot on my brain, obviously, as y'all can tell. I'm just talking to you guys like y'all are my friends, so I hope I'm not like boring you guys. It's just a lot mental. Mental? I'm going to go mental. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's a lot mentally. So I've obviously taken that color all over the lid. I am going to grab another blending brush, which is my Bristles Beauty brush. It's the E02. I'm going to slightly dip back into that orange and blow this out. Oh my goodness. A little, I was going to say, but wow. All of these colors are so pigmented. I forgot what it's like to work with a Colourpop palette. But I'm not hating. I like it. So that's what February's been like, and that's what March will be like, and it's just a lot. It's a leap of faith too, to be able to like trust that I'm leaving all the doctors that do know me and my case. By the way, it's like Rare Disease Day, I think, when I'm putting this up, to go somewhere where, you know, there's a certified FMD doctor, but then again, for the most part, most doctors have never heard of it, so it's like nerve-wracking to get up and move, where like my state and even surrounding states have kind of gotten to know me and a little bit about it. They just can't further treat it. They're not getting anywhere. They really don't know what to do. So as a quick update, I guess I'll say, you know, I'm still on and off internally bleeding. Like, it's called, yes, why can't I think of what it's called right now? Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Like, my brain, this is a very real video because this is kind of how my life is sometimes. Like, my brain kind of checks out with certain things, sometimes long term or short term, and it tends to be what has happened from the mini strokes. And they say they don't really know if it'll ever really go away or if it, you know, is just gonna slowly start to get better. But it's called a certain type of colitis, where it pretty much means that the vessels are closing off the like the colon, and it's causing me like a lot of pain and then like bleeding there as well. So I have that on and off. I will say that there has been more good days than bad days. But it's just a lot when you think about like what's happening to my body. It gives me a lot of anxiety that it's not being treated, because it's definitely not a normal thing or something that you want to happen for a long period of time. So I'm pretty much just staying focused on Florida, and I think that's what my doctors are doing as well. I've even had some doctors like bow out gracefully and kind of be like, I cannot treat you because I don't feel comfortable doing so, so I'm going to send you to a colleague of mine, hopefully that they can help. Meanwhile, I haven't even heard from the colleague. I feel like my doctors have kind of just given up, which is a really crappy feeling, if I'm going to be 100% honest. Because if we're going to talk about mental health stuff and I want to be that person for y'all, I feel like I have to be that person. I have to be really transparent. And again, I hope I'm not boring you guys. I hope like you're just hanging out with me and kind of getting to know my situation. So what I am going to do next is, a lot of people know this trick, some people don't. I was surprised to find out in some of my videos that I was actually able to teach a little bit of something, which kind of made me happy. But I'm going to take the concealer, I'm going to take it on a small bristles brush. It's very much like a detailing brush. I'm going to get a little bit on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put this at the very bottom right here at like the lash line. And then I'm going to look up like that. And as you'll see, it kind of made this right here, this line. And then I'm going to follow the line and cut the crease. But it's nice to see that, like, you know, the world is kind of opening back up slightly more. Tell me where you live. What are your restrictions? Like for me and, you know, the company that I own, we're an entertainment company. We have not been able to really go back to our normal world, unfortunately. And I'm not going to take this cut crease like all the way out. I'm just going to kind of cut to about here, because I am going to darken that outside. And so yeah, so back to that. So I feel like are going to hopefully come back soon. Some of the restrictions have lifted, and we are able to now have like indoor at a higher percentage and stay open till 2 in the morning, when for the most part it was about, I think inside was like 10 or 11. So as entertainers like DJs and dancers and even, you know, our comedians, they really weren't able to, wow, alrighty, brush picked up a tad bit more this time. They weren't really able to do anything because one, you're at a small capacity, so you're losing money if you put people up there when nobody's really there to see. And two, you know, there things like nightlife and nightclubs and comedy clubs and, you know, things that are typically open late night are closed. Don't worry about that little dot that I have up here. I'll show you kind of how I deal with that. So we are hopefully opening back up soon because I could really use like the money, and I know that my family, which I call like the people that work for me, like they're my family. Like I don't want to be the type of boss that doesn't treat them like their family, because I used to do that stuff. I used to dance and model and live in nightlife, so I totally get it. You know, life is not always easy, especially right now. So I'm gonna let this dry. So yeah, so I'm thinking that things are opening up a little bit more. Tell me, like I said, down there where you guys live and what's opening up. Has this affected your life? Has it affected your jobs, like your regular jobs? What are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? But yeah, I hope, like, to get back to what I was talking about, I hope that everyone really does do this with me. I hope that everybody does put, you know, a little sticky, whether it's the same thing for a week straight or the same thing for a month straight, whether it's just, you know, I'm grateful, whether it's just reminding yourself in the morning what you're grateful for, or throughout the day, just keep repeating that in your head, or whether it's telling yourself that you are worthy, that you are beautiful. If you're having a hard time with self-image, a little bit about me is I do have body dysmorphia. I modeled for most of my life, and it was always in my head that I was always too big. I could be 110 pounds and I was still too big. And then with modeling, it'll be like, okay, well, can you lose weight for this, or can you gain a little bit of weight muscle for this? And it does a lot to your brain. So I do have that, and I'm trying to work on being kinder to myself, and it's been a long journey of self-love, and I think I'm doing better now than I ever have been. And I don't know if any of you are dealing with the same, but to be honest with you, self-affirmations are a really great thing in helping in that process. When you wake up in the morning, you're faced to look at something and remind yourself, I am worthy, I am beautiful, you know, I'm kind, I'm making the world a better place, or I'm going to be kinder to myself, I'm going to practice self-love, you know, whatever it may be, whether it's the same, like I said, the same one for a week straight, or if you want to change it every day. Self-affirmations are huge. So you leave it up there, you say it to yourself in the morning, remind yourself throughout the day, and then at night before you go to bed, you would repeat it again, take it off, and write a new one for yourself for the morning of, or again, you know, leave it up there and write a new one for the next day of what you want to work on the next day. So I'm going to dip into this yellow with I don't know what this is, how to say this, so I'm not going to mess it up, and I'm dipping into Say Yes. Okay, I'm dipping into Say Yes. And then I'm just going to keep filling the crease here, and hopefully it looks semi-okay. But yeah, I feel like it's one of those things that, oh no, this might be a topper. I don't know if it's got it in it. Let's find out. You know, work on some self-love and work on whatever you're dealing with right now, like whether it be depression, to be 100% honest, right? Because I keep saying I have to be transparent. I deal with anxiety, and I also, since the diagnosis, have dealt with depression. I'm doing, I think, better now than I ever have with just understanding it and accepting it and trying to just work on how to fix it and then heal from it and stay positive about the future. And that's kind of all we can ever do when you're handed something like that is, you know, figure out how to accept it, make it like a reality, figure what you can do to fix it, and then just stay positive about the rest, because, you know, you can't just, I'm never going to fix this situation. It is a progressive disease, and I'm just going to, you know, live my best life. I'm going to do what I can to heal internally. And I feel like if anybody else out there is dealing with this, not obviously what I'm dealing with, but something alike, because I feel like so many of us are dealing with something right now. I feel like everybody's dealing with something right now. I hope I'm not rambling, y'all. Look at this crease. That ain't it. That ain't it, sis. Oh my gosh, it pretty much took up all my pink. I'll fix it though. Yeah, so I feel like all of us could use self-affirmation. All of us could use to be kinder to ourselves. All of us could use more self-love. You know, all of us could use the positivity. So, be that for others. And I really highly encourage you, if you have somebody around you that you're really close to, that you feel you can share this with, whether it's your best friend, you know what I mean, or your significant other, your boyfriend, whatever, to do the same, to take this, ride with you and do a month of self-affirmations. Even if you can give me a week, come back in a week and let me know if you feel like it's done anything positive for your life. That's what I want to know from you guys. Has it helped you at all? I'm going to go back into this color right here, which is High Key. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so have somebody, join this with you is really effective as well, because then you hold yourself slightly more accountable than you typically would if you were doing this by yourself. And it's never a bad thing to have somebody that's doing something with you and, holding themselves accountable as well. Growth when it comes to people that are close to you is super important. If you're trying to constantly grow and do better and, the people around you aren't, they're holding you back. And I know it sounds very like cliche and like, I don't know, something a life coach would say, right? But when you think of it, it's really reality, because you are the people that you hang around. So if they're not growing and they're not trying to better themselves and they're not healing and they're not practicing positivity, and then they're pulling you backwards from everything that you're going towards. If they're not practicing positivity, they're being negative. You don't need negativity in your life. Negativity attracts more negativity. How many of you have read the book The Secret? I'm interested in knowing that as well. All right, guys. So currently, right now, we have this look. I'm thinking that I want to darken up the inside of it. So I'm going to take a rougher 14 just to use another color. I'm going to use it in Say Yes. I don't know why that reminds me of Say Yes to the Dress. Does anybody watch that show? Is that still on, actually? What's everybody been watching on TV? I'm heavily stuck currently on RuPaul's Drag Race. The American one, and then I just recently dove into the UK one as well, and that one's good too. I didn't even know they had a UK one, so I'm just kind of catching up right now. What are y'all watching? I'm enjoying it. I mean, I always love RuPaul, so. And I feel like that's the type of thing that I love. I love people that live their truest form of themselves unapologetically, and they help others do the same. So how I kind of started my company was I was injured and I wasn't able to dance or model or do the things. I hurt my ankle. I fell in a pothole in Philly, which if you know anything about Philly, you understand that like the entire city is a pothole. But anyhow, yeah, so I fell and I couldn't do all the same things that I had done. And I watched a bunch of people in this industry get really taken advantage of in like the worst way, like just not being paid the money that they deserve to be paid. And, there's constantly bad things happening with them. Like they weren't being protected in the ways of like their money. They weren't being protected in the way of their safety. Just a lot of stuff. They weren't, people weren't grateful to have them. So I'm going to take this little pencil one and I'm going to dip into High Key, and hopefully this works. I want to underline and kind of connect that darkness. I'm trying to use the entire palette. I'm just not sure how this is going to go. So I decided, I was already booking some things where like I was working and they would ask me to, book other girls with me. And that turned into, me watching a dance company kind of get fired from a place. And that person that owned the place gave me, you can't really see what's going on here because of I don't know what's going on. I have to figure out lighting. By the way, severe ADHD. So he gave me a chance and I started booking the dancers there, which led to people kind of seeing what we were doing and getting booked by other companies as well. And the great thing about it is that like we formed a family. Like I don't deal with the mean girl crap. I don't want any mean girls around my girls or, or guys. I like people that respect each other, respect the craft, that can learn from each other. I have girls that will teach girls how to go in a nightclub and absolutely show them like how to be the best version of themselves, knowing that they're really fighting for gigs within each other, but I make it as fair as possible. And I feel like the thing is if you can take something and make it better for others, you're always going to succeed. And another thing I'm going to say is if there's anybody out there that's thinking of starting a small business, right now is the time to do it. If there's anybody out there that's thinking of a career change, do it. Right now is absolutely the time to do it. You have everything within you that you need to be what you want to be, to do what you want to do. You just have to believe in yourself. It is reality, whether you believe it or not, that you can talk things to life. You act as though you're already something. You want to be a CEO of a company, you're already a CEO of a company. Act as though you're a CEO of a company. Dress as though you're a CEO of a company. Wake up in the morning at 5 a.m. You know, when they talk about people that are successful in life, they wake up at 5 a.m. That's like one of the one things they have in common. And I think it's so interesting that we as you know, human beings really take advantage of the fact of what we can do when we put our minds to it. You know, when we're younger, we're told, you know, you can do anything that you put your mind to. And I feel like so many people just think like, oh yeah, that's just something my parents tell me because they want me to believe it and they want to instill, you know, power in me and uplift me. But it's really reality. You can do anything that you want to do. I promise you this. Just take my word for it and start to tell yourself that you're whatever you want to be. Focus on that. Make a board where you know, have yourself a car that you want to have, not materialistic in the sense of, but I mean like you want to own a business, pictures of what the business would be, you know, when you do well and successful in that business, what you would then do with that money. If you're going to invest it in something else, take a picture of what you would invest it in. If you want to buy a new car for yourself, put it on that board. And just make yourself a dream board. There's nothing wrong with planning for what you want. There's everything right with it. You're putting energy towards what you want. And when you do that over and over and over again, you will become that. Just trust me on this. Work with me on this one, even if it's just for a little bit, guys. But I'm going to try to use this last color. I'm not sure how this is looking to you. You'll see it in the thumbnail, but my lighting is really off and it doesn't look the same as what I'm seeing. But any which way, I'm going to take this and dip it into Bold, which is a shimmer. And I'm going to go right on the outside where that gold is and that brown is. I'm going to try to mesh that together. Just stamping it and then slightly stamping it here so it kind of meshes. If anybody out there could give advice on what made you do the job that you're doing, what made you become the person you are. Did you become the person you are because you went through things in life like myself and I wanted a different life? I wanted a different life for my son, you know, and I'll get into that more. Maybe probably it seems like when I do more of these videos, I have more time to talk with y'all. But you know, what made you you? Was it a decision that you woke up and decided one day, you know, that I want to be a veterinarian and I want to help animals because I love animals and I grew up on a farm? What made you you? And if you don't know what made you you, I need you to start trying to figure out what makes you you. Because when you find that, it's almost like opening a key to Pandora's box where you have a passion, you have an understanding, you have a purpose. And when you have all these things, it just ups the power that you have within yourself a million times more. And purpose is everything. I took a class, it was a Yale class. I took a couple classes, actually it might have been a Michigan class on the psychology behind purpose. And when you have a purpose, when you're the type of person who lives for others versus living for yourself. And I'm not saying it's bad if you're the type of person that lives for you by any means. That's not what I'm saying. So I've used all this. I'm just going to kind of clean up around here and talk with you guys. But when you know what your purpose is, when you live for others, when you know that, because rarely a purpose is like just living for yourself, whether it's your children or whether it's like you want to be a life coach, you want to help others, whether you want to be a psychologist, whether you want to be a janitor in a hospital because you're cleaning and making it so that people can come and be treated. There's no job that is under any job. And I always want to remind people that be very careful of like how you look at people, because the person that you look at, if you're the type of person that would look at a janitor as not being as great as the CEO or the owner of the hospital, you're wrong, because there's so many lessons that that person can teach the CEO of the owner. And there's lessons, of course, that the owner can teach, you know, the janitor. Everybody can teach something to somebody. It's just a matter of figuring out what knowledge you have from what and using it to your advantage. Sometimes the most painful things that we've been through have given us the most knowledge in an area that, you know, we could have ever asked for. And maybe we didn't want it to come out the way that we did getting that knowledge, but we have it now. So what are we going to do with it? you know? And I feel like so many people sleep on that fact of figuring out who you are, what your purpose is, and just know that when people understand their purpose and live for that purpose, they're more successful, they live longer, they make more money, they have happier lives, they're less likely to be depressed. There's a whole list of things that I can get into one day, but you know, just dropping. I ramble sometimes. I just wanted to talk to you guys and tell you guys how I feel about some things, I suppose. But yeah, let's see. How was your February? I love that I took How Was Your February and went on a life coach rant. Excuse me. Get to know me. This is it. Trying to figure out how exactly I want to clean this look up, because I'm not loving how harsh this is. But at the same time, I'm really not sure how I can fix that because this stuff is pigmented. I'm thinking about just taking, this is a clean brush, and just trying to work my way here and kind of lessen it. Also, I'm trying to get more used to like the fact that where you hold the brush becomes a very important part of how the look will end up being. So if you hold the brush, you know, towards the end, it's going to be a lighter look. If you hold it, you know, here, you're very much pressing the color that you want right then and there. Like where you put it down is where most of that pigment's going to be. But this is, hope you guys can see, it's like an orange to a maroon to a brown, and this is obviously yellow, and then there's the brown outside, but then it blends with the brown shimmer. Anywho, I'm gonna clean my brows up. I would love to do a live. I would love to do a live. I'm really just trying to figure out like how I would do this live and who would tune in. So if you would tune in, let me know. So on my Facebook, I do like mental health check-ins where I go live and I talk to people about things that they're going through, and I would love to do something that here where I just sit and do my makeup and you guys put things like up on the screen and I'll respond to them how I would respond as a life coach, and that would like make me so happy. That's kind of what I think I would love to do more than anything. I just want to know that anybody has like a want for that, and if so, then I'll set one up, and I don't care if there's 4 people in it. If y'all will be there and talk to me about things that are going on in life, and you guys just want, you know, a friend to talk to or whatever, I'm in. Like that would make me super happy. So I just took a concealing pencil, and I'm not pencil, like a concealer, but it is a pencil actually, and I'm just patting that in to kind of make it fade down a little because it was really harsh. It's still kind of harsh, but hey, I'm doing my best. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna finish the rest of my face. A bit about me. I'm 35 years old. I'm a mother of 1. You guys have probably seen my son in some of my videos. That's my best friend. I'm a big autism advocate. My son is going to do the most amazing things in the world. His heart and his mind, it's just insane. It's truly insane. And I also have 2 dogs, a cat, and I take care of my dad. My dad also takes care of us. We're, you know, a big family. And I live in Jersey currently right now, and obviously am going to be moving to Florida. All right, should I be brave and try to wing out maroon, or should I just chill, put liner on and put this on the bottom? I feel like I should just chill because I feel like I could mess something up right now, and I'm enjoying just talking to y'all. So I'm going to take this, I believe it's called Joyride by Colourpop, and I'm going to take this on my bottom line where that brown was. Does anybody have like things that skeeve, like this, like we're talking about this, like skeeve them out? Like I'm one of those weird people that like if I look at holes, it like grosses me out even talking about it. If I look at holes close to each, like not necessarily a beehive, but something like it. It's called, I don't know, it's some type of, it's an actual thing, like an actual issue that people have, and I forget what it's called, but it's a thing, guys. I'm not the only crazy person in this world. But do y'all have any weird things that you guys are super like skeeved with, or they freak you out, like watching somebody put eyeliner on their bottom eyeliner? This is the, I believe it's Pure, is the Blink Primer. And I love this. I honestly feel like you could use this as a mascara. I got this in a BoxyCharm and it is everything. So another thing that I was thinking about talking to you guys about is I do stuff for like influencing. If you guys follow my IG, which I could actually put a little like scanner right here, that if you scan that right there, it'll take you to my page and you can just follow me. It's a QR code. So you just take your phone camera out, put it up to it, and it should prompt you to follow like it to Instagram, and then you should just be able to hit the follow button. So I'll leave that up for a second. But I do some looks, and there are some like companies that will contact me to do things, and I was wondering if you guys would be interested in a video about, you know, where those companies are and how I get the boxes that I get to do it. And there are other, when you start to get to doing that, there are actually companies that will pay you to, ooh, not the clumpiness. There are companies that will pay you to, whatever it is, like review a vitamin or post a social media pic with vitamins, or like I've got my Marc Jacobs, no, I'm sorry, not that one. My Tom Ford, Tom Ford bronzer came from them, and I love it. It's a cream bronzer. Do you see this clumpiness on my lashes? So this is Kosa. So this was part of BoxyCharm, oddly enough. This is a BoxyCharm thing, and it was sent to us, and we were supposed to try to guess what company it was. It ended up being Kosa, and sometimes I really like it, and other times it does that crap where it comes up kind of clumpy. So now I'm going to go into my It's Superhero, and I'm just going to kind of drag it through and hopefully grab those clumps. Kind of did. Alright guys, so I'm going to let my hair down, and then I think we're all done here. Oh no, lippy. I have to put the lippy on. Yeah. Oh, the purple needs to be touched up. What do you guys want to see? That's another thing. Like, I am all about like finding out what else you guys want to see. Do you guys like these things? Do you guys just like the unboxings? This is a good look for me, ain't it? Do you guys want to see full face tutorials? Do you want to do lives? Do you want to, I don't know, I can't even think of anything right now. If you guys can think of things, please let me know. So this is kind of sheer the house. Like, I have to keep layering it. It could be that I have like a balm on underneath, but it just feels kind of sheer. Actually, you know what, as I start to get it like working, I think it might have just been the first layer of it. It's not too bad. Probably should have a liner, but I don't. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed your time with me, even a little bit. Sorry if I talked to you often or was really boring. This is the look I came up with the Make It Black collection. The lippy color that I have on, just in case anybody's wondering, is Gallery. And I really enjoyed talking to you. I hope that you guys had a little bit of fun. I hope that you guys, you know, vibed with me on some of the stuff I talked about. I think that if you would, I'd be like super happy if you took this trip with me about doing a affirmation every day, or even if you want to work on the same one, even if you can just give me a week, I would love for you to come back and tell me how it is at the end of the month, how it went a week, whatever it's going to be. But I would really love if you take that journey with me. Each month I'm going to be putting out something else, and I hope that you'll be able to, you know, ride that wave with me. If you hated this video, please let me know. Why do my lips look that way? If you hated this video, please let me know if I'm rambling. I'm just trying to figure out a way to do what I really love and the vision that I have for this, which I've spoken many times, which is working on the inside as well as, you know, having fun with makeup and skincare and stuff on the outside. I do have some skincare stuff coming out, and also I want to do a giveaway. Should I just do it in this video? I feel like if this is my first ramble, get ready with me and talk and vibe, I should. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a giveaway. If you're here still, what can we do? I feel like if you could leave not just the word manifest, don't make it easy for somebody, but if you can like write a comment about something with manifest in it, that would be everything. I will pick somebody, like I'll put it in a number picker, and I'll pick somebody that does it. So just write, even if it's like, I'm manifesting something with the word manifest, manifesting, something like that in it. But I'll put a great box together. I'll share it with you guys. I'll let you guys know who the winner is. And I'm kind of super excited to do this, especially if you guys hung out with me all this time and listened to my rambling. If you guys have any ideas of more things that I can do, please let me know. I am still trying to figure out my way. I know what I want. I have the vision. I'm just trying to figure out the rest. All right, guys. I love you very much for hanging out with me this long. I love you for listening to my rambling. I'm sending love and light to all of you. Have a wonderful rest of your week. It's Rare Disease Month. Go check out some things and learn about some rare diseases, as well as the end of Black History Month. So go send love to some more Black content creators and small Black businesses on the last day of this month. Love you all, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.